Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Goodie Graps.
Did you miss us?
We appreciate your patience while we've been on a short hiatus. We've been busy, guys. We have regular lives, regular jobs, and we've been working hard, but we've got some great stuff coming up for you.
If you want us to make videos more consistently, you gotta subscribe so that we can do this full time.
Like and subscribe. Guys, we're so close to 500 subscribers. That's like our first huge milestone. So
yeah. I hope that this is the video that takes us over the top. And y'all, if y'all get us to 500 subscribers on this video, I will do something. We haven't decided what it is yet.
we will do something.
We will decide. We might even make a little post in our little community section and let you guys vote on what exactly it is, what challenge I will have to accomplish. Yeah, but thanks again for the patience. Thanks again for the support. And today we're going to be talking about tropes and wrestling.
You know them, you love them. Maybe you don't love them.
Yeah, there's a lot of bullshit that happens in wrestling that if you watch long enough, you start to become savvy to, oh, this is how this is going to play out because we've seen it happen time and time again. And today we're going to be ranking some of our favorites in a tier list. So with no further ado, the first one that we're going to be looking at is a wrestler acting shocked when someone kicks out at 2.
Oh my gosh.
If you hit someone with what is clearly a signature move, it's not like your big final thing, and you get like a close 2 count, why are you sitting here looking like befuddled when
No, it's always like a 2 hands like
and you want to get up and grab the ref and rough him up and be like, what do you mean that was 2? You need to count faster. Like, dude, you hit him with your 4th best move. How do you expect that to? No, for me, that is. I was thinking B, but I might be leaning more towards a C.
Yeah, honestly, me too. It's a C for me.
C tier for us there. Next, we have getting back in the ring at 9 to avoid a count out. I feel like when done properly, this can be really effective. But I feel like a lot of the times, especially in TV matches, it's super cartoony. And I'm talking about the John Cena's and the Cody Rhodeses that'll just be dead for 8 counts. And then magically at 8.5, they muster up enough to get to their knees. And at 9, they just full on leap out of their body into the ring and save the match.
As much as it happens, it gets me every time. I'm always shocked when this happens.
But that's one of those things where I feel like it jades. I feel like you become jaded to it as you get older. I feel like if you're a little kid and you're rooting for this conquering hero, when they make it at 9, you're just like, yes, let's fucking go. But as an adult, you're just like, okay, he's about to beat it at 9. And I feel like it takes away some of the suspension of disbelief. And because of that, I think I'm leaning B.
I'm giving it a C.
A C? Yeah. Next, we have dives outside the ring leading to a commercial break. Think of the J.D. McDonough moonsault outside where he hit the table and he goes into a commercial break. Bad example because that one was an injury. Awful. But it feels like every time some guy ends up outside the ring and then a cruiserweight or some luchador hits their big dive to the outside, we get the slow-mo replay and it's when we're back after this commercial break. And
it's a cliffhanger, a huge cliffhanger.
Yeah. I feel all of these are tropes, so they're going to happen. I just feel like it's a spot that I wish was used less frequently. I feel like during the NXT era, really, and the birth of AEW, everyone picked up the little tope to the outside. So you got Sammy does one, Kevin Owens had one around that time. The suicide dives, Seth did it, Dean did it, Johnny Gargano. Everyone has their little outside dive to lead us into a commercial break, and it feels like it doesn't feel effective. I feel like it used to be a big move when someone would jump outside, and now it's just a transitional move, kind of like a super kick that gets you from point A to point B. I think part of that is just wrestling, especially in WWE, becoming more like a TV product than like actual like ring psychology of like a match. So it's not something that happens during like PLEs and whatnot, but just for like TV matches, I think that's pretty stupid.
Yeah, I think that might be an F tier for me.
Yeah, I was leaning like D, but F, like, I don't mind. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, next one is something I like a lot. We have the tag team breakup heel turn.
Ooh, yeah.
There's
This is awesome.
There's nothing better than like when a tag team's run its course and like you see like those last couple weeks of like dysfunction and they just can't get on the same page and they're starting to lose a lot.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, one of them just like attacks the other one. And it's like, what are you doing? That's your brother. Like you're just like the heartbreak that's built in and like the feud. I feel like a lot of the best feuds that we've seen in history are between people who like off screen are like really really good friends.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
they trust each
definitely.
other more, like they lay into their hits a little bit harder, and like there's so much like history to build up upon like between them. So the tag team breakup heel turn is like a S tier for me.
Yeah. I was gonna say A, but A or S I won't argue with.
When done properly, like think about like the iconic moments, like Shawn Michaels turning on Jannetty and throwing him through the glass. You got like who's another one? I feel like this happens.
The Shield, Seth
Yes,
and Roman.
Seth.
Yeah.
I'm blanking. I feel like it happens all the time.
Jade coming back and turning on Naomi.
I feel like Jade's not a heel though.
I guess
I
we're
don't
gonna
know.
find out.
I guess we're gonna find out. Similar to the tag team breakup heel turn, another tag team trope that I really do enjoy is the can they coexist tag team. You take one guy, you make him feud with another guy, then you make him team up against like some tag team plucky underdog
Yeah.
like guys and just be like, can they coexist? Can they come together tonight? We're gonna make John Cena and the guy he's fighting at their pay-per-view fight together for the tag team titles tonight. Like John Cena was a tag champion with Shawn Michaels, with The Miz, with David Otunga, like with Batista. Like every time he was about to fight a guy, they just put him in a match together versus the tag champs. And it's like, well, it's John Cena and this other guy. So like, of course, talent wise, they should be able to beat whoever tag team of the month is in mid card, lower card guy. But I don't know, like something about the can they coexist tag team. I don't love it as much as I love the breakup.
Yeah.
But like it's just like a goofy thing that like gets me every time. It's like
Yeah.
a guilty pleasure. Like, man.
And it's same thing with like Rhea and Tiffany Stratton, like that kind of like
Roman and Cody.
Yeah. Like are they
When John Cena
Are
and
they
Randy Orton
secretly
had to
best
like
friends?
team up against the entire Raw roster that time. Just like moments where you get like unexpected like friendship and partnership between wrestlers. Like I know in AEW they did the whole like MJF face turn was him and Adam Cole's like can they coexist, like actually turning into, oh, they're real friends now. Oh, like you've made him see the error of his ways all the way into like a full circle that like injuries and stuff convoluted that and made it start to suck. But you know, I mean, at the end of the day, there's real magic. Like they headlined their biggest show ever in Wembley was Adam Cole versus MJF while they were like still a team. And at the end, like there was so much emotion tied in it because it was like, okay, like this is, you got what you wanted. You got a shot at my title. Like hit me, take me out. Like this is what you wanted all along. And he's like, I'm not gonna hit you. I'm gonna hug you. And we had this match together, but like we're still friends and we're still brothers. And that was like a real like wholesome, heartwarming moment that
Yeah.
like was built from like oh, these two guys don't like each other. Can they be built up as a team? And like, I mean, at the end of the day, the thing is these are singles competitors and they always have to go back to being singles competitors at a certain
Right.
point. So like there will be a breakup, there will be a blow off, there will be like the feud that like settles things finally. But I mean, So many really good tag teams were like born out of this. Sheamus and Cesaro, when they were the Bar, that started out of like a best of 7 between them, and after it finished in a tie, they started tagging, and they had like wars with the Usos and New Day, and it was just like so good. So I think that for me, this will be an A, not quite a S, but
Yeah.
it's up there.
Yeah. A for me as well.
Okay, next we have staring at the entrance ramp when your enemy's music starts to play, and then they come and attack you from like the crowd.
Oh, man.
I don't know how long that like you have to be in the business and in the industry for you to like wise up to these tricks, because I feel like if you watch long enough, you're gonna be like, oh damn, burn it down. Let me look at the ramp. Oh, Seth's coming to get me. He's coming to get me. And then out of the crowd from behind you, there goes Seth and hitting you in the back of the head.
Sometimes if it's just like at the right, like unexpected moment though, it's still like, it hits just the same. Like it's still just as exciting, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I feel
And
like
depending on who it is, and if they come in like with a hoodie on, I don't know.
I feel like if you have a real unhinged character, like when Dean Ambrose would show up and attack you out of the crowd, it felt like, all right, this guy's like a rabid animal that's just like on the loose and you can't trust him. He's a lunatic. He'll do anything. When it's like I don't want to see the Miz attack someone out of the crowd from behind. When his
Gunther did it, it was cool.
Yeah, like I feel like it's very dependent on the character and their presentation, and so that really makes it fluctuate in weight. I think I'm gonna give it a B.
It's an A for me.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I can respect that. All right, next we have Polynesians being immune to head damage. I feel like this one was a bigger trope, like back in the 80s with like the Wild Samoans, like you headbutt them, they no sell. Even like in the days of like Rikishi and the Head Shrinkers and like Umaga, like I feel like they were more so prone to not sell. Now like you got Roman, Jay, Jimmy. I guess like they're in such prominent positions and like they're presented as like Americans. I guess like the old Samoans were presented as like wild savage characters, and that made like them being immune to head damage like not canon. But like there's some people that keep it alive. Like I feel like Jacob Fatu, people like super kick him or headbutt him and he just sits there and shakes it off. I know Dakota, like someone will headbutt her and she'll be like, oh, I'm Samoan, and then just like no sell it, which is crazy that she was out so long with a concussion. But like, you know, like bygones be by. I mean, just whatever. Samoans being immune to head damage, I feel like it's not as like common as it used to be, especially with there being so many prominent Samoan wrestlers right now. C.
Yeah, I was gonna say F tier, but yeah, I guess C is okay.
I feel like it's cool, like if it's used properly.
Yeah.
Like if Roman Reigns,
If it's Roman Reigns,
if Roman was in a match and someone headbutted him and he just like, I'm Samoan. You think you could headbutt the tribal chief and just like like, I feel like there's a usage for it.
Okay, you know what? I can see that.
Next, we have having to defeat your heel opponent's legion of goons before you can fight them. This is top tier.
This is
Like,
classic.
if I was a heel, the first thing I would do is assemble a faction with some lower card guys to take pins for me.
Yeah.
And then like any guy that wanted to get a shot at my title, yeah, you can fight me, but you have to defeat Giovanni Vinci first. And then if you beat him, then you got to fight Kaiser. Then I might let you fight me. Maybe. But like, I don't know. I feel like this is an effective way to like garner some heel heat, give some like lower card guys some exposure, let your babyface get a little bit of momentum, overcome the odds. And like, if it's part of a story where they're constantly interfering and like costing you the match, maybe this is a chance for you to take them out one by one in the lead up to the match. So for me, this is up there. I think this is an A tier trope.
Yeah. I mean, both bloodlines did this, Roman's bloodline and Solo's bloodline, and it was very entertaining. Like, there's just so many possibilities when you do it that way. So yeah, I would call it like an A tier.
I feel like it worked for the Judgment Day, like
Yeah.
feeding them JD and Dom before you get to fight Finn and Damian.
Yeah.
Evolution, like if you're gonna go through Triple H, you got to get through Orton and Batista first. Or with Legacy, like Cody and Ted got fed up to people before you could fight Randy. So I love this trope. A tier trope for me. All right, next we have getting attacked in the NXT parking lot. So for anyone that watches NXT or doesn't watch NXT, the NXT parking lot is the most dangerous place in all of WWE canon.
Yeah.
So many mystery attacks have happened in that parking lot in Orlando.
No cameras in that parking lot.
No cameras. You just find someone back there absolutely just fucked up beyond belief. Like
Bleeding.
absolute
Laying on
like
top of their car.
like these are crimes that have been. This is like not just like wrestling. We fight each other for work. Like
This
stuff.
is I'm
having
gonna
matches.
I'm gonna ruin your life.
He tried to end my career.
Worse, he tried to end my.
I mean, this is the way that you find people in this parking lot. Like we've seen Johnny Gargano, we've seen Carmelo Hayes, we've seen
Rhea Ripley, Jade Cargill.
and so many people just like show up in the NXT parking lot, just like absolutely battered, bruised, and like nearly deceased. And it's if I was in NXT, I wouldn't go there like by myself. Like I've seen like the last couple episodes, Ricky Saints has been showing up. Like, why is everyone so mad here all the time? Like I'm starting to get how it is around here. Hey man, Ricky, if you're watching this, my fellow New Orleans brother, I want to tell you, don't be in that parking lot by yourself. And like even if you're there with someone you trust, like watch your back around the people you trust as well. People turn on you left and right in NXT. It's typically the people that you do trust that attack you there. So like just be on the lookout, have your eyes like sharp and wide. But I feel like this is like the birth of so many storylines in NXT.
Yeah.
And it moves the needle. Like if you don't know like what to do with someone, just kill them off. Like they literally kill people off in NXT. I think like the mob guy Tony like is like people have been released from their contract and he's like shoved them in the car and driven them off. Like they kill people off dead ass. It's like didn't Ricochet get killed off in the parking lot by Braun I guess that was on Raw, but like same idea. Just don't be going in the parking lot by yourself. It's a bad idea. We saw if we're just gonna expand beyond NXT, Bronson Reed like jumped on Braun Strowman in the parking lot.
Yes.
We saw
Cody's gotten beaten in the parking lot many times.
like The Rock killed Cody next to his bus.
In front of his own tour bus, yeah.
Braun Strowman flipped over an ambulance. Roman Reigns was inside. Like, stop going to this parking lot.
No vehicle is safe. No.
Like, I would Uber if I was y'all. Like, pick me up out front in front of the arena. Like, I'm not going to this parking lot if I'm a member of the roster. But for me, if we're expanding beyond NXT and including just like all backstage parking lot areas, it becomes a S tier for me.
S tier.
Because, like, dude, like somebody like you're a wrestler, you have to like drive to work and you have to like park somewhere.
They all have to.
They don't really have an option otherwise. And it's like imagine like when you go to work, if you just like try to park where you have to park to go into your place of work and you're at risk of being like murdered.
Yeah.
That's a S tier trope for me.
S tier.
Next we have brave babyfaces becoming cowards as soon as they turn heel. I hate this so fucking much because like it's like a complete like bastardization of the previous character, and I get that they're trying to like get over like, oh, I'm a heel now, I want heat, but you have a guy that used to like take on 1v20 just like heels brawling, and now like I turned on my friends last week and they're coming out here for retribution, and I was like so big and bad and beating the shit out of them, and now that they want to get their ones with me, I'm going to stand in the ring like I'm ready for it, and as soon as they get here, I'm going to roll out and escape through the crowd and be like, we fight on my terms. Like, I hate it. It's so
Yeah.
stupid, and it's a D. It might be a F. It's a F for me.
I would put it in F. Yeah.
It's a fucking F. All right, I'm just gonna start off. Like, I'm gonna tell you before I even reveal what the trope is. This is
Okay.
an F for me.
Oh, okay.
This
We don't
trope
like it.
is the idiot babyface. I do not know why babyfaces have no common sense. They don't learn from history. Like, we're making a video of tropes right now, things that happen that reoccur time and time again that move stories from place to place. Why are babyfaces so stupid? They're naive. They
Babyfaces are trusting of everyone. They don't think anyone wants to take their title from them. They think everyone is happy and proud. I'm talking about Cody Rhodes.
Like, every now and then there's a babyface that like still like keeps like their heel sensibilities. Like,
Yeah.
think LA Knight. LA Knight doesn't
Yeah.
trust anybody. Stone Cold Steve Austin didn't trust anybody. He's not out here. Like, imagine if Stone Cold pulled some Cody Rhodes shit like, hey, I got a team with you tonight because of the greater good and giving these fans what they want. It's like, no, I want to be the champion. I want to fucking watch out for my own neck. And I know everybody here, like, I've seen the things they do to you in the parking lot. Everyone here wants to, my
lot.
coworkers actively want to kill me so that they can have a better chance of doing the thing that we all want to do. Why would I be their friend? Why would I trust them? Why would I think that, oh, I'm going to get a fair shot tonight versus this guy that cheats in every match? Hey, I just beat 5 guys in an elimination chamber match to earn a one-on-one shot with Roman Reigns. And now that I have my one-on-one shot, I know that this is my chance to become the champion. I know that there's 17 Samoans lined up ready to come and interfere every time that I get the upper hand. But I'm not going to prepare and bring my own people to combat that or have like safeguards in
backup,
place where, hey, make it a no disqualification match so that like they can't just get disqualified to keep me out. Or if they come to jump me, I can have a weapon where I can hit them and protect myself. Like, they're just like blind to common sense.
Yeah.
And they just set themselves up to get like beat down. How many times has Cody been on the receiving end? Like, Cody,
So many.
we just watched, we're freshly making this video after the John Cena heel turn, which we feel like we would have made a video about and discussed, but all of wrestling content creation space
Yeah.
is making the same video right now.
Santi Zop was literally there on TV.
Yeah, Jaren and them were there.
Yeah.
Like, there's not much more that we can add that hasn't been said, but like, trust me, we have opinions. And Cody sitting there and seeing, like, imagine if you swap Cody with like LA Knight and The Rock's like, LA Knight, I want your soul. Do you think LA Knight's about to like hug Travis Scott and hug John Cena and be
No.
like, hey, fuck yourself, Rock? We're all friends here. Like, no, he's going to like have his back turned and looking at everybody and ready to fight
Yeah.
and drop whoever. You think Randy Orton, Cody's mentor,
Who's back, by the way?
Randy, even every time that he's a babyface, doesn't just like, hey,
Randy doesn't just hug everybody.
I'm gonna blindly. Randy will RKO any. He RKO'd like 4 guys, like that were just security guys. Like, the idiot
Yeah.
babyface is the worst trope because a lot of these guys at some point in their time have been conniving heels. Like, they know the way that conniving heels think. And it's not just like being virtuous doesn't necessarily mean that you're a fucking dumbass. And that's something that like too many baby faces fall into time and time again.
Yeah, it's a trash tier for me.
Yeah, trash. Next we have getting smashed into a cake.
I have yet to see this happen, I think.
Pretty much anytime that there's a cake, someone's like getting smashed
Someone's going
into
in
it.
it.
Someone's
Yeah.
going in it. Like, if there's like a big like human body size cake, someone's either just getting smashed into it
body-sized
or
cake.
popping out of it. And if there's like a handheld size cake, like some heel is getting like their comeuppance, like a Vicky Guerrero is like, it's my birthday, this is my cake, will get bumped into like by a John Cena, like, oh, there's cake all over me. Whoa. looks like you're in a sticky situation or some shit like that. Like that's like key mid 2000s Vince child humor that like made WWE TV. But I feel like there's never a cake without someone like going into it.
Yeah.
And like this one doesn't bother me. It's funny. Like wrestlers
I'll give it a B.
wrestlers have like 0% body fat and work out 24/7. We know that they're not enjoying this lovely gooey cake. At least it's having some sort of use. It's not just there for show.
Yeah.
So I'll give it a B.
Yeah, that's fair.
Next, we have going through a table after a contract signing.
I feel like
There's no way you're going to sign a contract and someone's not going through that table.
the table's right there.
I mean, I feel like they're starting to try and subject that a little bit by like just flipping it out of the way and having their brawl.
Yeah, something happens every time there's a contract.
Yeah,
signing.
there's going to be a fight, and if there's going to be a fight, you might as well put somebody through the table. It's already there.
Yeah.
Like as soon as like the contracts are signed, you typically see the GM gather the paperwork and step out of the way.
Table's clear.
Like, and I love when the wrestlers like acknowledge like, hey, look, it's signed now. Flip some shit out of the way. I'm ready to fight right now. Like if you're a fiery baby face that like gets the crowd hype and you say the time for talk is done and throw your microphone out of the way and just knock some shit over, I'm like, I'm standing up. My shirt's off, titties out. Like we out. Like it's here, and I'm ready to like make some shit happen.
Yeah.
If you have a contract signing and nobody goes through the table, I'm just like.
It's boring.
Like, what's the point of even having the table? Y'all could have signed that shit backstage. Y'all could have done it in Nick Aldis's office. Like, why are we even out here in the ring with a table? Like, if there's a table set up, someone needs to go through it. I feel like that's a trope. But
It's like a cake.
yeah, I'll give it a B. I love seeing people go through a table. They just need to go through the table. When they go through the table, it's S. When they like fuddy-duddy around
flip the table out of the way.
knock it out of the way,
It's B.
it's a D. So like I feel like a B is like right there in the middle.
Yeah, that's fair.
Next, we have unsanctioned matches. And again, we're coming right off the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view where Kevin and Sammy had the match of the year, in my opinion, so far.
God, they murdered each other.
They absolutely just unalived each other in front of their countrymen in Canada.
That being said, I don't really understand. This is the first unsanctioned match I've ever seen, and I didn't really understand it. Like, I know, like, no rules, no...
It's pretty much a no disqualification match, but, like, it's so dastardly and, like, there's so many stakes at hand that, like, the company wants to waive all responsibility. It's not like a match that they're officially promoting and, like, saying is, like, hey, this is something that we're fully behind.
Yeah.
So, like, it's, even though it's still promoted, still on the card, still, like, and Kevin versus Sammy. Like, I think they just, like, kept the house lights down or something. Like, that was the one thing. Like, they had a match that was, like, kind of dark.
That's crazy.
The referee is only out there to make a fall, but, like, they can't stop you from doing anything. I feel like... But you're still letting them have a match. Like I feel like an unsanctioned match, if you're gonna have one, it needs to be like the main event, or like it needs to be after the main event. Like whatever you're presenting as the main event, the show is technically over. Like commentary leaves, you still have like lights and shit. I guess can be like adjusted, but like. An unsanctioned match should be like nobody is there to like stop anything.
An unsanctioned match should be like cell phone footage in the NXT parking lot.
Yeah, like I feel like it's almost better to have an unsanctioned match. Like I know that there was like one, quote me on this or don't, I don't know, but there was like a Gargano Ciampa unsanctioned match that was like the blow off of their huge NXT rivalry, and I want to say that it was either in the NXT parking lot or it was like done like during the pandemic when there was like no fans. Yeah. And like it felt fitting. It felt like, all right, these two guys just hate each other and they're trying to kill each other like for real, like in the back lot fight. Like an unsanctioned match, if it's being presented like it's like a fight and not like a real match, then it shouldn't be like given the grand spectacle of a match and have a ref out there making covers and shit. Like at that point, you might as well just make it like a last man standing or like a I quit match or something. The concept of it, hey, this is so bad that we want nothing to do with it, yet you still put it on your show and promote it and talk about it and show recaps of it. It was a little
confusing to me.
It's so stupid, and I think it's a dumb trope.
F tier.
F tier. Great match, though. Match of the year.
Incredible, yeah. Incredible match.
Stupid concept.
Holy shit.
All right, next we have ganging up on the Giant in the Battle Royale. Love this. Why the fuck wouldn't you, if you see Nia Jax or like Braun Strowman, there's like 12 of us.
We should all team up and go after them.
If I'm Johnny Gargano, what the fuck am I going to do to Braun Strowman one-on-one to get him over the rope?
Yeah.
All of us should gang up on him. And like, I hate the spot where it's like, there's like 8 guys beating up Braun Strowman or Nia, and they just go like, and everyone just like
fall to the ground.
They visibly jump off and fall onto the ground. Like that's so fucking dumb. But
Nia Jax eliminating like 5 people at once, that was trash.
That was so
yeah, I love it when everybody gangs up on the fucking
so
on the big guy.
Realistically, like the biggest guy should win every battle royale, especially if they're in like a favorable spot. Like if you're number 30 in the Rumble, like you should win, realistically. So gang up on that big motherfucker. That's A tier for me.
Yeah.
Next, we have anyone that has a Hollywood role getting the "you're a part-timer" promo when they come
sold
back.
out.
You sold your soul. You're a part-timer. You're not here for the fans. I'm here 4 days, 5 days a week, away from home, blood, sweat, and tears, scratching and clawing, having matches on the weekends, on Saturday, on Sunday, on the house shows, and then I'm here on pay-per-views, and I show up in NXT, and where are you? You're on the Today Show.
You care about your little movies. I care about this.
I care about this title and these fans, this universe. And you're on NBC. Ooh, you're on Hot Ones. And I'm out here suplexing Braun Strowman on the concrete so I can hold this title and show I'm the best in the business.
You know,
and you're in Fast and Furious 12.
This is S tier for me.
I hope that there's like with this John Cena heel turn and like him and The Rock being together and Travis is with them. I hope that like every celebrity that they bring in is a heel now and that they all just want to beat the shit out of Cody Rhodes. Like, I want to see Lil Yachty jump Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
I want to see like Tyrese Halliburton get in on it. Like everybody who's anybody, if you show up to WWE, we'll let you slap the shit out of Cody Rhodes. For real, shoot. This is S tier.
Yeah. S tier for sure.
So next we have the first promo after someone turns heel where they start talking to the crowds like, each and every one of you is the reason that I did this. And I don't owe you any explanation. The I don't owe you any explanation and the each and every one of you is an idiot. Like that is like textbook
heel.
Like heel first promo. It's like baby's first heel promo. I don't owe you an explanation. I can do what I want. All of you are sheep. All of you cheered me and then you booed me and it hurt my feelings and now I hate each and every one of you. And your city sucks.
And your city sucks.
And in your sports team. Well, there's like also in here.
Oh, yeah.
There's like the cheap pop that you get for being like, isn't it a great night to be alive in Toronto? He said our city. And the cheap like
the sports team
and the Maple Leafs suck. Your chances of winning my title are about as good as the Broncos' chances of winning the Super Bowl this year. Boo, Hoogan. It's like, god damn, dude. Any cheap heat promo or cheap pop promo, like for as goofy as they are, I have a soft spot for them. Like, I want to say A tier.
Yeah, I feel like every heel has to, have their little moment with
If
that.
they don't do that, then like, is it a complete heel turn?
Right.
Like, I want John Cena to come out and be like, actually, I want John Cena to like just come out like nothing happened. Like, still be like, do, Stu, what's up, man? Like, all happy and stuff. And like, have like almost a split personality. You know the way like The Rock comes out and still does like the if you smell, and then like we'll just
Slap the
into,
herpes
like,
off of your lips. Yeah.
he'll just be the final boss at a moment's notice. And how John was like happy and hugging Cody, and then
Yeah.
he just like made that face, that cyborg super soldier face. I want him to like just like go on like farewell tour like nothing happened, and then just like in ring moments just start like snap into like that evil mode. Split personality John Cena.
I
But
don't know.
what even was this, like the cheap pops?
The
Yeah,
heel. Oh yeah, the heel
each and every
tropes.
one of you. Yeah, I'll give it a. I like it.
Yeah.
It's cute. Next we have Kevin Owens cannot be superplexed.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't get why people still try this. Like, every time that someone gets Kevin Owens up on the top rope and they act like they're about to superplex him, he always hits that like reverse fisherman buster thing that he does. And up in like, I think Corey Graves is the only one that's ever pointed it out on commentary, but like it's never been successful ever. Like, even Sami Zayn set up like a table that he was gonna do it onto, and
I thought Sami Zayn was gonna be the one to do it, but we see how that turned out for him.
he can't be superplex, and people still try. And I just love the continuity of it because I know that a reversal is about to happen, even if it's like a setup and it's like the same move Kevin's gonna hit. I love just like. No, it makes sense. Why would he be able to be superplex? He's a stout guy. It's kind of hard to get. He's a veteran. He's been doing this 20 years. Like, you're not just gonna superplex Kevin Owens. That's an S tier for me. I have a Kevin Owens bias. There's not much he can do that I won't be a huge fan of. One of my favorites. When the commentary looks at two people that have had a rivalry in the past and they say, no shortage of history between these two. That is a S tier trope if I have ever.
I love it.
It's the best thing. It's like,
Even
yes.
if they've had like a small backstage encounter, no shortage of history there. If they've had a years-long rivalry like Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, no shortage of history there.
It always like, it rewards you as a viewer for like having watched and paid attention, and like it's callbacks to things that you've experienced before. And I just love just like the story of in real life, sometimes you have beef with people that last for years, and you might have to be mature, move on, carry on, and address new situations. But when you see them, it's on site, you know? It's
Yeah.
like,
No shortage of history.
like, if I was Jey Uso and I'm in the Royal Rumble and then I just see Solo and it's my first time seeing him and we make eye contact, just like, I know that I got to kill you now because it's like we have history. Things just aren't going to fucking be over. There's no shortage of history between these two.
Yeah, I'm always waiting to hear it. I
love it. I love every time that they say it, like we turn into a drinking game. Like, we're taking a shot if commentary says
There's
no
history
shortage of
between those
history
two.
between these two. S tier for me,
Yeah,
big time.
S tier.
Next we have ejecting the heel manager from ringside. When they get caught cheating and then the ref's like, hey, I saw you do that. You're out of here. And they start throwing their little tantrum. What? How can you throw me out? Like, I feel like it happens a lot to like Chelsea Green and Dirty Dom, like that kind of heel. When you have someone who's like committed to it and like does it at a high level like that, I think it works really well. Like, you're not going to see Paul Heyman be ejected from ringside.
Yeah.
You might see like Austin Theory or Grayson Waller or something, and like I feel like you have to just have a certain level of character work to really pull it off and make it like an enjoyable part of a match. Otherwise, it's just like, okay, now that's one less like obstacle in the babyface's way. But it can be hit or miss. I'll give it a B.
Yeah, I would say B or C.
And finally, we have slow climbs and ladder matches. I don't like this. I feel like
There's already so much anticipation. Why climb so slowly up the ladder? I would haul ass up that ladder.
Like, you have enough energy to jump up, springboard onto a ring and hit moonsaults and do all that stuff. You can climb and run and roll. Like, there's all these things that you're doing. You're telling me only when you start to like climb a ladder is when you're so physically spent and exhausted that you have to go one rung at a time. And then once you're up there, it's like like even in the video games, like when you're playing a ladder match, you go up the ladder slow as hell, and then like once you're at the top of the ladder, you have to like do a little mini game. Like, nobody struggles that much with unclipping the thing. It should be like you get your ass up there and you unclip it, but like that would take 90% of the spots, 90% of the match away. And I think that's like inherently my problem with ladder matches. Like, the ladder match we saw between Cody and Kevin at Royal Rumble, I think was done really well because there wasn't a lot of the spots were like on the ground using the ladder as a weapon, and then by the time that like as much damage as could be done to your opponent was done, Cody just climbed it, retrieved it, and that was that.
Yeah.
And that's the way that it should be. It makes sense that way. Otherwise, it's just like a waste of time. But for me, I think that this is F.
Yeah, I would put it in trash personally.
Yeah. But those are just some of the tropes that we've been able to think of. If you can think of some more, let us know in the comments below, down there in the basement. Yeah, expect some more videos coming soon. I got my cowboy hat on today because it's rodeo season here in Houston. And yeah, we I reckon. I tell you what.
I tell you what.
We're back, baby. And we're about to be making some more videos. Get us to 500 subscribers, and I reckon it'll be real good content coming your way.
Thanks, y'all.
Y'all take care now.